Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode, another meditation of Shots of Serenity podcast. I am your host, Jasmine St John, and I believe that this is a beautiful space to land where we explore ways to welcome peace and love into our lives through mindfulness, soul care, and self exploration. How are you guys doing? How are your first few days of December? Ooh, I did that in a blog. A blog. Words. I did that in a vlog where I was like, it's December 2nd. It's January. And I don't remember what I was doing, but I wrote let's say 323. What's happening? What's the problem? I would say it's a problem, but this has always been a thing. Very sidebar, right? This is your first time listening. I go on tangents. It may be a little bit of ADHD, but very small story time. This is something that I kind of joke with my clients about. When I was younger, and you know how we come from winter break, and back then you would have to write your entire date on the paper. And every single time that we come back from winter break and it's a new year, I'm constantly putting the previous year on the date. And it would literally take me like a week and some change. It's like, brain, come on, let's go. But anywho, obviously my brain is still stuck in December. And so I wish that is not your case. And if it is, hey, we listen and we don't judge. Anywho, if this is your first time listening, we like to start each episode off by asking, how are you doing? But the beautiful thing about this episode is we are grounding down. We are getting into a meditation. And so that doesn't mean we're going to skip it, but I invite you to really take that question, take that reflection, take that vibe throughout the entire episode, throughout this entire meditation. Okay? So, if you don't know, we have decided to really ground in to 2025. And last Sunday, we started off with an emotional wellness meditation. And so for the next few weeks, we'll be getting into a physical meditation or physical wellness meditation, spiritual wellness meditation. And today we are diving into a mental wellness meditation. So if you haven't already, be sure to check out last week's meditation, especially if you feel like you need an emotional pick me up or an emotional reflection. And that's actually going to be the essence of this entire month. So not only are we grounding into the year, but we're grounding into it with like a sprinkle of reflection and, of course, per usual, welcoming some awareness, welcoming some self exploration without any judgment. So we'll go ahead and get into it. If you haven't already, taking the next few moments to curate your space in a way that feels good for you. I invite you to bring in anything that can support any or all of your five senses. Maybe getting in a nice, comfortable position. Maybe taking the time to slowly close your eyes or have a low gaze. Whatever feels good for you. And so bringing your awareness to your breath. Taking some time to turn inward. Noticing the natural patterns of your inhales and your exhales. Noticing the thoughts as they enter and exit your mind. Continuing to soften The surrender to the position that you chose. The surrender to whatever may come up for you. Watching as your thoughts enter and exit your mind. Releasing any attachment to any thought that comes in. Grounding down. Being open to receive. Maybe this is where you can welcome in that question at the beginning of this episode. How are you genuinely doing? How are you doing mentally? Taking the next few moments to allow your mind, your body, and your spirit to receive the answers to that question. I'll be sure to watch the time. As we're holding space for our mental well-being, a question that can be maybe a little insightful, maybe even a little heavy to explore or to answer, is how are your basic needs right now? Are they being met? And in what ways is this possibly impacting you? What is food, resources, shelter? What's that looking like for you? And again, releasing the need to judge or to beat yourself up. But oftentimes, we don't realize how our basic needs being met, or the lack thereof, is impacting our well-being and the way that we care and we show up for ourselves. So what is that looking like for you? Being sure to also hold space to extend some gratitude towards any and all aspects of your basic needs. Remembering that this is not meant to be an opportunity to look at life through lack or to judge or to even make yourself feel bad or uncomfortable or even to problem solve. But a space of reflection, a space of honesty between yourself a sacred space to explore what is, an opportunity to seek truth, to seek understanding. And at your own pace, taking your time to bring that awareness back to this present moment. Turning your attention back to your breath. allowing your breath to anchor you into this moment. And before we close out this meditation, I invite you to repeat to yourself this affirmation as I repeat it out loud. I am here for myself in this moment, just as I am. I am worthy of peace and care, no matter what is happening around me. I am here for myself in this moment, just as I am. I am worthy of peace and care, no matter what is happening around me. Taking an intentional inhale through your nose, releasing. Again, deep inhale through your nose. Last inhale of this moment. Deepest inhale thus far. Releasing. Maybe if your eyes were closed, gently opening them back up. Looking around the room. Looking around your environment. Reorienting yourself back to your space. Alrighty, love. How are you feeling? Again, or per usual, I definitely invite you to take some maybe time to write down and journal any moments that felt triggering or heavy. We did hold some space to reflect on our basic needs, which can be a sensitive and heavy topic depending on where we are. Also considering just like the climate of what is and what's happening around us. And understanding that may or may not affect each and every one of us differently. And there's really no right or wrong way to feel or right or wrong way to respond. As always, allowing yourself to hold space for what is, honoring what is, and allowing yourself to move through. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week as we hold space for our physical well-being. Namaste.